Yo! Oh shit! What up, everybody? Welcome back to the motherfucking Minority Sports Report RASSLIN edition. The fucking role model on my shirt. You already know, Big Black.
Your boy Scape Dollar. You were out here looking more like Puff the Magic Black guy.
Puff the Magic Blackness. I wasn't really choking at first. That was all part of the shit, but now I'm really choking. But yeah, shout out to Cortez. My nigga got me this fucking dope ass role model Britt Baker DMD t-shirt. Yeah, shit is tight. It's so good. I just want to hug it and kiss it.
Need to get me one of those.
I told y'all I had some shit for you this week, and y'all wasn't fucking ready. This wasn't it. This ain't it. This shit came in last week, so I was like, fuck it, I gotta wear this shit. But y'all still ain't ready. You definitely ain't ready, Skin. You have no idea what's coming. It's gonna be fucking glorious. Glorious, glorious, glorious wrestling. Yeah. Got a little carried away there. So, bro, what we got? What we got?
Well, we had another week of wrestling. This week was the first week of Impact on their new night, Thursday night.
Oh, yeah.
Which I missed because we had, I attempted to film a new podcast with you guys, but that didn't work out. But I still ended up missing Impact. But I did look up the results. Oh, and I did look up and watch the main event because it was a good one, and we'll get to it.
Okay.
But they opened it up with a knockouts trios match. It was Rosemary, Jordan Grace, and Havoc versus Nevaeh, Tennille Dashwood, and Alicia Edwards. Right. And Rosemary, Jordan Grace, and Havoc got the win in that one. The reason this match happened is all 6 of these women are going to be in a match at Hardcore Justice, which was the pay-per-view over the weekend, which we will cover in a few minutes.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you didn't miss nothing crazy.
Yeah,
but yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Next up, we had a match between Matt Cardona and Jake Something. This ended in a no contest because Brian Myers, Matt Cardona's like best friend, came out and he attacked both guys, so that's why it ended up in a no contest. Brian Myers and Jake Something got booked in a match for Hardcore Justice, which again we will go over in a few minutes. Next up, they had a match. It was Sami Callihan, and it was supposed to be Trey Miguel, but he wasn't. Nobody was sure if he was going to come out because they had this whole thing where like they have beef, but Sami Callihan's trying to like be like a mentor kind of to Trey Miguel, even though they seem to hate each other. Which is it's an odd relationship, but basically Sami Callihan was like, yeah, he's my tag team partner versus Triple XL. Trey Miguel's music hit, he didn't come out. It hit a second time, and he came out and went to work. Started going to work against Triple XL, which are those 2 giant dudes.
Yep.
But yeah, Trey Miguel and Sami Callihan got the win there. So yeah, it's a weird relationship between these two. So it'll be interesting to see what happens going forward there. Next up, we had Chris Sabin defeating Diener. I didn't see that match, so I don't know what happened there. But the main event that I did see, we had Rich Swann, Willie Mack, and Eddie Edwards taking on Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers. And surprisingly, Rich Swann, Willie Mack, and Eddie Edwards got the win here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yep,
I guess the belts aren't on the line.
Yeah. But yeah, so this is just leading up to the title versus title match, Rich Swann and Kenny Omega. And then we might have, I'm thinking maybe Willie Mack and Eddie Edwards teaming up versus the Good Brothers, maybe?
Oh, man. I like Willie Mack,
not at the pay-per-view, because the Good Brothers got Finn Juice at the pay-per-view for the belts, but I'm thinking maybe on Impact or something we'll see them go at.
That'd be tight, bro. Willie Mack, I like that dude, though. He's the man.
Yeah, Willie Mack was dope. He was good in this one. Eddie Edwards, that dude from Boston, the Boston Knee Party.
That's the elbow, though.
Oh, and that girl, Alicia Edwards, that's his wife.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's Boston by proxy, so we fucks with her. Tight.
Yeah, I don't know if she's from Boston officially or she's by proxy, like you said, but yeah, they're together. But yeah, so that was Impact on Access TV, and like I said, they also had a pay-per-view on Saturday, which was an afternoon pay-per-view because they did not want to go up against WrestleMania. Neither did the UFC, or there was something else on around 3:00 that time.
Yeah, it's stupid, man. You wouldn't.
Nobody. Yeah, and it was the Saturday night. Nobody wanted to go up against it, so everything was on at 3 p.m. Eastern time. But yeah, so Hardcore Justice is basically a pay-per-view that Tommy Dreamer put together. He put this whole card together. I was assuming that every match was going to be hardcore rules. That wasn't the case, but let's say the rules were very laxed.
Okay.
Throughout this entire event. But we kicked off with a three-way tag team match. So basically it was 3 members of the X Division and partners of their choice. So it was Josh Alexander, Ace Austin, and TJP. TJP chose Fallah Bahh, that big fat dude.
Yeah.
Ace Austin picked his homeboy that he always comes out with, Madman Fulton. And Josh Alexander picked Petey Williams, who is a like an older Impact wrestler. This is like he returned. He came back for this.
Okay, word.
They call him Maple Leaf Muscle. He used to fuck with Scott. He used to be with Scott Steiner. They used to call him. They used to call him Little Papa Pump. Maple Leaf Muscle. But the Canadian Destroyer, that flipping pile driver.
Yeah,
he's the creator of it.
What's his
He's
name
the
again?
Canadian, Petey Williams.
I'm looking him up on my phone. Not pretty, goddamn it.
He's the creator of the Canadian Destroyer, and as we know, Josh Alexander is the guy I call the Canadian Kurt Angle. So I am dubbing these two the new Team Canada.
Team Canada.
But yeah, watching those old Impact clips, I fuck with Petey Williams. He's like one of the X Division originals for Impact.
Oh yeah. These pictures he's a lot younger in some of these pictures.
Yeah. But yeah, I seen a few I went down a few rabbit holes watching like old wrestler interviews and shit, and his popped up and I didn't know who he was, but I happened to watch it and he was like a cool dude, and then I remembered him with Scott Steiner and shit like that. But
you're not ready for this.
Yeah, Lil Papa Pump and Orange Cassidy. Nice.
Oh shit.
But yeah, so it was cool to see him come back, and like I said, he teamed up with Josh Alexander, aka the new Team Canada, and they pulled out the win. Nice. Seen Petey Williams do the official Canadian Destroyer. But yeah, it was pretty dope seeing him back in there.
That's tight.
Next up, they had a chairly legal match, which basically meant chairs were legal. It was Shira, that big jacked. I don't know. I think he's Indian. I'm not sure what nationality he is. He used to hang out with that dude Rojit. Remember they had beef?
Not really.
Yeah. Thought you might have remembered that 1 or 2 times you watched that shit. But he took on Hernandez in the chairly legal match, and Shira ended up getting the win with help from his ex-homeboy Rohit Raju, I believe his name is. He ended up coming back and helping him out.
That's the Canadian Destroyer?
Yeah, that flipping pile driver.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know he made this.
He created that shit.
Oh.
Everybody uses it as like a basic move. That's his finisher.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a beast. Petey Williams, dog.
Let me gather myself. Sorry. I got to pick myself back up. That was amazing. Yeah, what were you saying?
Yeah, so that was chairly legal. Shira defeated Hernandez.
Yep.
And next up, they had Doc Gallows of the Good Brothers. He took on Black Taurus of Decay. And Doc Gallows got the win there. It was just basically 2 big motherfuckers beating the shit out of each other. Wasn't a hardcore match or anything like that, but they let shit go. There weren't weapons or anything.
Said it was loose.
Yeah, it was a basic match, but like they let them fuck around outside.
Hell yeah.
Next, we had a mystery crate match where there was 4 crates on each corner of the ring, and in each crate there was a random object. It was Matt Cardona taking on Johnny Swinger. I don't know if you remember the like backroom casino they had.
The bathroom casino?
Back room.
No, I don't.
Oh, well, they got this weird character, Johnny Swinger. But yeah, it was just this weird thing that ended up resulting in this match. But in one of the crates, there was like a mouse trap that Johnny Swinger got his hand caught in. It was just stupid shit. But one of the crates didn't get used. Matt Cardona opened it and was like, "Oh, I could use this." Ended up getting the win and then walked away with that crate. Reason I mentioned that is because it's going to come up in a few minutes.
Obviously.
Next up, we had another regular match between Sami Callihan and Sam Beal. Sami Callihan basically put out an open challenge to anybody because he wanted to be on Hardcore Justice, and Sam Beal answered the challenge and got his ass whipped. Sami Callihan won that one. Next, we had a hardcore blindfold match. So basically, the 2 guys were blindfolded, and there were weapons scattered all over the place. And yeah, shit happens. So we had Jake Something taking on Brian Myers. So we had a lot of this going on.
It's weird.
Yeah, a little cheating by Brian Myers. He lifted up his hood, the bag they had over his head so he could see, and he started cheating. And then Matt Cardona came out because as we know, Brian Myers is his frenemy, we should say.
Yeah.
Came out with the crate, slid it to Jake Something. Jake Something hit Brian Myers with it. Turned out to be a crate full of action figures. Reason it's funny and significant is because Brian Myers and Matt Cardona are like big action figure collectors. So like that was part. That's why it was brought in. It was pretty funny. Yeah, so they were like action figures scattered all throughout the ring after that shit. Next up, we had the number one contender knockout weapons match. So the winner of this knockouts match gets a title shot. It was where are their names? I was Rosemary, Jordan Grace, Havoc, Alicia Edwards, Susan, and Tennille Dashwood. When they all came out, Susan came out. Apparently she has an old gimmick where her character's name was Sue Young. She's like they called her like an undead bride, kind of like that girl Rosemary and Abaddon from AEW.
Yeah,
those weird like demonic type characters.
I mean, there's only one Sue Young.
Well, yeah,
she's
apparently this Susan woman has multiple personalities.
Oh, like a McFoley type.
Yeah, and felt that Sue Young was the appropriate person for this hardcore match. So she transformed from Susan to Sue Young on the stage and then came out to the ring. But yeah, it was a crazy match. There were weapons all over the place. These girls beat the shit out of each other. But when the match started, Tennille Dashwood, you may remember her. She's with that dude that always comes up, Caleb with a K.
I remember her
taking the pictures with the phone and shit.
Yeah.
So she was like, she wanted no part of this hardcore match. So she dipped as soon as the match started. Everybody started beating the shit out of each other. That girl Havoc looked like she was going to get the win, but her former tag team partner and friend Nevaeh came out, interfered. She threw powder in her eyes.
Oh,
and that allowed Jordan Grace to try to get the pin. But as she went to do that, Caleb with a K came out of nowhere, pulled Jordan Grace out from the pin, and super kicked her. And then that's when Tennille Dashwood came out of nowhere and pinned Havoc and stole the win. So Tennille Dashwood is now the number one contender for the Knockouts Championship.
That's what's up, yo.
Yeah, super heel move. But yeah, it was pretty funny. It was a good way to pull that off for the heel. Next was the actual Knockouts championship match. It was title versus career. So it was Deonna Purrazzo, who's the champion, putting her belt on the line against Jazz, who was putting her career on the line. Jazz is a legendary female wrestler. She wrestled in ECW. She wrestled in WWE. she's been all over the place. Been wrestling for, I think they said like almost 30 years or over 30 years or some shit like that.
God damn.
Yeah, she's been around forever. You definitely seen her in WWE.
About
Jack
to
Black
Google it.
girl, long hair. Not Jackie, obviously.
Obviously,
The
yes.
other black girl from WWE around that time. But yeah, so she had a storied career, and she went out in this championship match. Deonna Purrazzo got the win, but I mean, it was
I
a great
remember her
match.
with the bald head for sure.
Yeah, she got the bald head now, but she had long hair back when she was in WWE.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm looking at the old photos, and I seriously, I recognize her with the bald head. That's
if
so
you remember
crazy.
ECW days, she used to fuck with Lance Storm and Justin Credible.
Man, that was so long ago, though. Yeah.
Yeah, she was down with them.
Hell yeah. That's what's up.
But yeah, so she put a hell of an effort out there, but she didn't get the win. Obviously, I think this was her plan to go out on the pay-per-view. And yeah, so she retires after the match. Her friend and former tag team partner Jordan Grace came out and gave her a big hug in the ring and shit like that, thanked her, and had a nice little emotional send off for her.
That's what's up. I always like that. Man, it's crazy what Google pulls up if you just type in jazz. Basketball, people, music.
That's why you always got to put that second word, jazz.
Hell yeah.
In the main event for this pay-per-view, we had a hardcore war, which basically was two teams. It was Violent by Design versus Team Dreamer. One man from each team starts the match for 5 minutes, and then the next person will come out. The winner of the coin flip was Violent by Design, so they were the first team to have somebody else go out. So they got the man advantage. And then every 2 minutes after that, a new person would come out. You can't win until all the guys are out, like in the match. And you can only win by pinner submission. There was no DQs. And before the match, this was supposed to be Tommy Dreamer, Rich Swann, Willie Mack, and Eddie Edwards. But right before the match, they found Tommy Dreamer beaten up. Well,
of course,
beaten up. They found him laying on the floor next to a chair. But yeah, so they made this whole big deal, like, oh, go out, we'll figure it out. So they sent out who was the first person? I think it was Eddie Edwards was the first guy to come out, and he took on Diener for Violent by Design. And yeah, so they just went on throughout the match as everybody comes out. Obviously, Tommy Dreamer was supposed to be the last one to come out, and it turned out they sent out Trey Miguel to take his place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he came out. This was a great match. These guys beat the shit out of each other for a while. I really like Eric Young and Violent by Design. Oh, I forgot to mention his promos leading up to this shit were dope too. But yeah, Violent by Design got the win here in this one. But yeah, great match. It was Violent by Design is Eric Young, Joe Doering, Diener, and Rhino.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was a lot of Impact.
That was a lot of Impact. Tight though.
Jump into some quick New Japan.
I mean, you got some water or something?
No, I'm good. I'm good for now.
Oh, all right, beast.
Not yet. I'll take a sip when you stop running your mouth about AEW.
You're goddamn right you will.
New Japan on the Japanese side of things, they're currently doing their Road to WrestleIn Dontaku 2021. But like I said, I'm gonna hold true to my shit. I'm not gonna do any of the Road to lead ups because they basically seem like house shows where they just have a bunch of people teaming up and beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna cover the actual event, which is supposed to be Tuesday, May 4th. So we'll see what happens there. I'm not sure exactly who's going to be on that card. I don't even know if they have it planned. But on the American side of things, New Japan Strong, they started the New Japan Cup USA 2021. First round matches happened on Friday, this past Friday.
Yep.
We had 4 matches on New Japan Strong instead of the normal 3. The first match, we had Leo Rush defeating Clark Connors. Filthy Tom Lawler, the Boston MMA former UFC fighter, defeated Ren Narita in his first round match. Hikuleo defeated Fred Rosser, and Brody King defeated Chris Dickinson.
Chris Dickinson. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, so all of those guys. So Leo Rush, Tom Lawler, Hikuleo, and Brody King all move on to the next round.
Word.
Before we jump into AEW, and right before we recorded this podcast, I watched this new shit. I mentioned it before. There's this wrestling promotion called GCW, Game Changer Wrestling. They do an event called Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 6. Well, that's the event that just happened, but it's Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. This was the 6th one. Josh Barnett is former UFC heavyweight champion, the War Master. He's been in Bellator. He was in Pride. He's been all over the place. But basically what this is it's billed as shoot MMA. So what I'm basically gonna say it's scripted MMA.
Okay.
It's like full contact pro wrestling. They focus a lot on the grappling and submission more than like the big spots and shit like that. They fight in a wrestling ring. The mat's very springy. There's no ropes, no turnbuckles, or nothing. It's just the mat. You can only win by pin or submission. I watched the main event for this Bloodsport 6. It was Josh Barnett versus John Moxley.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty dope. Like I said, it's a lot of like ground wrestling and a lot of focus on the submission shit, catch wrestling style. But yeah, this was a good one. Moxley busted Barnett busted him open with a DDT and a bunch of knees. Moxley got busted open by like some forearm and elbow shots. Barnett ended up hitting Moxley with a Death Valley driver. And then as Moxley was down on the ground, Barnett got up, held his arm like at full extension, and it just starts stomping on Moxley's head until the ref stopped it. Yeah. It was crazy, dude. I fucking liked it. I'm definitely going to check out the next one. Maybe I might even check out more matches from this event, but it was pretty cool. It was interesting. Are you looking it up or are you just fucking with your phone?
No, I'm looking it up, but this isn't this is actually like a wrestling match.
Yeah, it's wrestling. Like the British Bulldog's son, Davey Boy Smith Jr., he's in it. Who else did I see in there? Rocky Romero, who I've seen on New Japan. He was in there. Chavo Guerrero, who we may remember from WCW, WWE days, he was in there. Like they got a lot of big wrestling names in there.
Yeah, no, I was just looking because I was like, "There's ropes." You said there was no ropes, but then I realized it was.
You might be looking at the because GCW is like a regular promotion. They do other wrestling events.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was.
Yeah, like, Josh Barnett's
a hardcore match.
Yeah, Josh Barnett's Bloodsport is its own separate thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because I think GCW has like a death match side of things that do like the light tubes and all that shit.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, check that shit out, man. It's pretty dope. It's interesting. Yeah, especially for somebody who likes MMA and wrestling. It's pretty cool.
Interesting. Yeah, there is. Oh, it looks like a movie. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. They did this one over WrestleMania weekend. I think this was the Thursday night of WrestleMania weekend.
Gotcha.
They did it outside. It was pretty cool.
Oh, they're ring posts though.
Yeah, they're posts, but the posts have no turnbuckles and there are no ropes or anything like that. And the mat, like I said, is real.
That's very yeah. No, that's just cool. I'll fucks with it.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
When I get some time. But yeah.
It's basically wrestling, but you really punch. Like I've seen some hard shots land watching that shit.
Tight.
But so we had Dynamite this week. I kicked it off with Hangman Adam Page taking on Max Caster. Max Caster probably had his best freestyle.
Yeah, he
in his AEW career coming up with this one. The best line I quoted it is he told Hangman to treat him like a breathalyzer and basically he was gonna say blow him, but his partner said partner cut him off. Was like, oh, you can't say that on TNT.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
So this one, Hangman was able to overcome some interference from Max Caster's partner Anthony Bowens, hit the buckshot lariat and got the win in that one.
W. It was an
Big
iron match.
W.
It wasn't crazy. Not
Yeah.
crazy.
Big win. Not a big win, but it was a good win for Hangman because it was, from what they mentioned on the broadcast, it was National Beer Day or something like that. And when Hangman
That's
loves his
right.
beers, his
That's
page
right.
Wisers.
Page Wisers, yeah. Threw one
So,
to some dude. That was tight.
yeah, that was definitely a plant.
Of course.
Next up, we had it was supposed to be a Death Triangle interview that ended up getting crashed by Best Friends. Death Triangle was trying to basically cut a promo about their upcoming title shot that they had this week. But Best Friends came out because Orange Cassidy still got some beef with Death Triangle. They beat the shit out of him last year. I think it was at the Rebellion pay-per-view.
Yeah, it happened so long ago.
Yeah, and he hasn't forgot about it. So that's why they all came out. And Best Friends, including Chris Statlander now. She seems to be now an official member of Best Friends. But so Cassidy showed the clip of him getting his ass kicked, said that they're just basically giving them a heads up that they're coming for him. They're going to work their way up the rankings to try to get at Death Triangle.
They coming. Like MVP.
It was funny. Trent kept calling them Triangle. After that, we had the Inner Circle. They came out and spoke. It's funny. I watched the replay. I watched it twice. The replay, I think there's an alternate stream where we could actually see and hear what's going on during the picture-in-picture shit on TNT.
Huh.
Because the stream that I watched, when they did the picture-in-picture when Sammy Guevara had his cue cards, I was watching it like a normal thing on the replay. And even to the point where I heard Jericho tell the crowd, like, yo, when we come back, we're still at commercial, but when we come back, cheer like crazy, like we're the most popular people in the world. And then when they come back, you hear them all cheering and shit like that. I was like, yo, so there's definitely an alternate version out there that I'm going to hunt down because I will watch that version every week.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because, during the picture-in-picture, the announcers are still going. Yeah. But for some reason, the picture-in-picture, the TNT, I don't know what they're doing, but there is actual version where there's audio from the announcers during the picture-in-picture.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hunt that down for us.
That's crazy as shit, though.
But so like I said, Sammy Guevara was doing this cue card bit. When they finally came back from the commercial, like I said, everybody was cheering like Jericho asked them to. But Jericho basically said that he basically explained why he brought MJF into the Inner Circle, saying that he knew he was basically a scumbag. He kept calling him my jerk off friend.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
But, he said he brought him into the Inner Circle to keep him under his thumb. He knew he was going to show his true colors eventually, but he just didn't expect him to put the pinnacle together and do what he did. Basically gave them a warning, sent little shots to every member, called Tully Blanchard a third string member of the Four Horsemen. Said FTR are great, but no one can tell them apart, which is true because I can't fucking tell them apart.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Once they started putting the names on their shorts, I was like, that's better.
Yeah, they needed that.
Yeah.
He called Sean Spears. He said Sean Spears called him up crying for advice after he got fired from another promotion. Said Wardlow. He said Wardlow was so stupid. He has to strip naked to count to 21.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
It basically what resulted was the Inner Circle challenged the Pinnacle to a Blood and Guts match on May 5th. I'm not sure exactly what Blood and Guts match is, but I'm sure we will find out soon.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Kids love it.
Kids love it. Toonami, baby. That shit.
Next up, we had another interview. It was Christian Cage trying to get interviewed by Dasha, but Taz came out of nowhere, offered Christian a spot on Team Taz, told him to sleep on it, and that was the end of that. Then we had the Godzilla vs. Kong match.
Oh, yeah.
No special stipulations or anything. This was just a sponsored match by Godzilla vs. Kong. It was Jurassic Express taking on Bear Country. They've had some beef over the last few weeks because they've teamed up, and Bear Country just keeps manhandling Marco Stunt, tossing him at their opponents. And finally, Jurassic Express had enough of it. And
Synergy. Yeah. I just thought about it. I was like, Warner Brothers has to own TNT, and I just looked it up, and they do.
yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, look at all the movies that come on after Dynamite.
Honestly, I
WB movies.
I didn't even think about that. That's so true. God damn it! All right.
So like I said, they were get revenge for Lil Marco's stunt being tossed around by Bear Country all the time. At the end of this one, Luchasaurus hit a choke slam and his was it the Mesozoic moonsault, which is his standing moonsault backflip shit. So they got the win there. Big win for Jurassic Express. Definitely called them Jurassic Park at one point in that part. But
honestly, I didn't even catch it. Because I heard Jurassic Express every fucking time. So fuck it, you know.
Next up, we had QT Marshall cutting a little promo, talking shit to Cody. He basically said the Nightmare Factory is his. Just basically explaining why him and the three dudes that turned their backs on the Nightmare family did what they did.
Yep.
So we'll see more from them.
Yep.
Oh, and that dude Anthony Ogogo, the British boxer, he's gonna have his in-ring debut this coming week.
Oh, Dynamite or
on Dynamite.
The other? Okay, word.
I think it was Dynamite.
Okay.
I think they're pushing him on Dynamite because he's a big name in Britain. From what according to him and from what I see in the boxing thing, he's a big boxing name. So.
Oh yeah, I fucking believe it. I mean, that's how you get the other side of the world into your promotion, you know?
Yeah, especially England with boxing, they fucking love that shit.
Oh yeah, they fucking eat that shit up for breakfast.
Oh yeah.
Fish and chips, bangers mash, boxing. That's what they eat.
Next up, we had another Tony Schiavone Sting interview that got interrupted.
Again. It's getting old, man. It's getting old.
This time it was interrupted by Jake the Snake. He started talking.
I love that Jake the Snake is still alive because
I'm gonna say he was talking. I'm gonna say he was talking nonsense because I had no idea where he was going with his ramblings. But thank God Lance Archer cut him off. And Lance Archer cut him off, basically saying that Sting has taken up his time, that he was like getting a big main event push, and then all of a sudden he disappeared. Sting took the mic and was like basically agreed with him, and it's like, prove it, like show why you deserve to be back in that spot. And that's just kind of how that shit ended.
Yeah, I liked how that ended, but for fuck's sakes, these interviews with Sting and getting interrupted, it's just like
over and over again.
It's like,
either let him talk or don't fucking do the interview.
For real. God damn.
After that, another promo. This is another Team Taz promo that really had no point other than showing the rift between Ricky Starks and Brian Cage again, because it started off with Ricky Starks saying that they got the win, and he wanted to have Brian Cage talk since Brian Cage got the win, but he was doing it all sarcastically and shit. So Taz told them basically cut the shit, stop instigating. We all need to get on the same page, and that was the end of that.
Yeah.
Then we had the TNT Championship match. Darby Allin still got that open challenge. This week it was answered by JD Drake. This was his first Dynamite appearance, but apparently he's been on Dark and Elevation for a while. Darby ended up hitting the Avalanche Code Red off the top rope. It's not really a pile driver, but it's kind of like a sitting power bomb. But the sunset flip into like a power bomb sitting position type thing. It was a weird move. It's called the Code Red. Look it up. After he hit that, he jumped right back up to the top rope and hit the coffin drop and got the win. As he tried to, I think he was walking away like on the stage area, he got jumped by Butcher and the Blade.
Oh yeah, those niggas came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he was. I don't remember if he. I literally just watched it like an hour ago. I don't remember if he was like still in the ring or if he was on like leaving on the stage when they attacked him. But
no, he was on. He was on the stage.
On the stage. Okay, yeah. They attacked him, and then they were gonna put him through the announcers table.
Yep.
Bunny was screaming her head off, telling the announcers to clear the table off because they needed it. And as they were doing that, the Dark Order and Sting came out and chased off the Hardy family, who had followed Bunny and Butcher and the Blade out. They got chased off, and then it was the Dark Order, the Bunny, and then the announcer. So she was kind of stuck, and who was Ty Conti ended up attacking the Bunny because they had an upcoming match
right after that.
Yeah. So she jumped on the Bunny, started beating the shit out of her, and that's how that ended. They separated them there. So Bunny got ditched by all her squad. After that, we had Jericho getting interviewed backstage by Alec Marvez. Another interview that got interrupted because he gets attacked by the Pinnacle. They drag him out to the ring, continue to beat his ass, and cameras go backstage, show the Inner Circle's locker room got bolted shut. They're trying to break down the door, but they can't get out. So Jericho's in the ring getting his ass whipped by the entire Pinnacle, and then that's when Mike Tyson's music comes out.
Yeah,
and he comes out and saves Jericho from getting put through a table. He ends up beating the shit out of Shawn Spears as the Pinnacle runs away, and then the Inner Circle finally broke out of their locker room and made their way to the ring. And so it was funny seeing Tyson save Jericho because last time Tyson was on Dynamite, he beat the shit out of Jericho.
Yeah.
I think did he knock him out?
Yeah, I mean, he even did it on Raw, like all those years ago.
All those years back. Yeah.
So like their beef has been decades over multiple promotions.
But they finally shook hands and hugged it out, and seems to be squashed as of now.
Yeah, Tyson's always a draw, man. That shit's crazy. Crazy.
There's going to be a match. Who was it? I think it's Jericho and one of the members of FTR are going to have a match this week, and Tyson's going to be the enforcer.
Oh, nice. Yeah, hell yeah. So he's getting involved somehow.
Yeah.
Because he's not just going to have me on TV, and I'm not just going to stand there. You know?
Yeah, he'd give him a ref shirt with the sleeves cut off.
Oh yeah, when Mike Tyson came out, I was like, "Oh, Mike Tyson don't have to cut his collar to rip his shirt." And this it was cut. I was like,
"It was cut." I seen
it.
Next up, we had Dr. Britt Baker giving a little interview. There it is. Show the shirt. Basically saying that she deserves a title shot, not because of the rankings. She said the rankings don't mean shit. She said she should get a title shot basically because she has the star power, the merch sales, and the ratings.
Obviously,
she's at the top of all of those, so she deserves
all of it.
A title shot. Maybe you Brit now.
I mean, we're just talking about her, so fuck it. See the shirt. See the shirt and go buy it.
So she basically said, watch her go on a tear, basically, is what she said. Watch her go on a tear, earn her title shot, and she's going to take over.
Taking over. Can't wait. Can't wait. Yeah, she's my favorite.
Yeah, she's one of my favorites.
She's fucking great.
I have a lot of favorites. Because two of them were up next in this match.
One of them,
we had my girls, Ty Conti and the Bunny, going at it in this one.
Hold on one second.
Go ahead.
Boys, fellas, if you like ass, ladies, if you like a nice ass, just fucking Google TAY space CONTI.
Fantastic.
It's great. It's fucking great. Okay.
Ty, we love you.
Yes. You will love you.
It's funny in this one, Ty Conti's the number one contender for the AEW Women's Championship, and the champion Hikaru Shida came out with her.
Yeah, which was fucking weird.
Yeah, she came out with the Dark Order and Ty Conti, and was at ringside the entire time for this match. At first, the first time we watched it, I thought she was just like happened to be at ringside already. But the second time I watched it, that's when I noticed she actually came out with her. Yeah,
that's what I was saying. Like, what the hell is Shida doing there? It was weird.
I didn't remember seeing her come out that day, like the day we watched it live. But when I watched the replay, I was like, oh shit, she did come out with her. I thought she would just have like, you know how she was on the outside behind the thing. I thought maybe she went around the rail because two women in her division. Let me keep an eye on this, kind of one of those kind of deals.
Yeah. When we watched
interesting that they made her come out.
Yeah, when she was going down the stairs, like the metal stairs. That's when I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, I must have missed you make that comment because I don't remember seeing that live as we watched it.
I mean, there's a lot of shit going on in those Xbox parties. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, so this was a pretty solid match. After Shida prevented the bunny from cheating with the kendo stick, Conti was able to hit her DDT to get the win. They also she had another move that they called. What was it? The
tornado.
What's it?
Something like that. I'm gonna Google it.
Fuck.
I mean, I just want to see Ty Conti real quick too.
I can't even remember what it was, but
it's cool. I'm on it. I'm on it.
It's something Ty. But Ty Conti got the win. Still holding down that number one contender spot for the women's championship. Assuming she's gonna get her title shot at some point in the next coming weeks. Maybe at the next pay-per-view.
Ty.
Fuck, I can't think of what it was. Oh, well. Going into the main event of the night, it was a trios match. It was Jon Moxley and the Young Bucks taking on Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers. Teaming up because... Young Bucks basically saved Jon Moxley from getting beat up by Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers. They made this match. At one point in the match, Matt Jackson had Kenny Omega lined up for a super kick, but couldn't pull the trigger. There was a bunch of times throughout the match where he was even checking on Kenny Omega to see like if he was okay after moves and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Because they're still playing on the fact that they're all like best friends and shit like that, and they're just having a little beef with each other. But so as the match progressed, the Bucks had Kenny Omega set up for the B2E trigger, which is one of their finishers, the double knee strike, basically the double V trigger. But Matt couldn't pull the trigger; he backed out. Moxley jumped in the ring. Basically told the Young Bucks, get your shit together. Young Bucks were like, all right, we got it. So they tried to set Omega up for the B2E trigger again, but they didn't do it. Moxley got pissed, tagged himself in, hit Kenny Omega with 2 paradigm shifts, and then tried to lock in the rear naked choke. And that's when the Young Bucks super kicked Moxley. They turned their backs on him, fucked him up. Well, not really fucked him up. They super kicked him just to get him off of Omega. Kind of reluctantly, I would say. Eddie Kingston tried to hobble out to no avail because he got the Good Brothers finishing move, the Magic Killer, on the stage. And then in the ring, the Good Brothers gave the Magic Killer to Moxley, and Omega, who was fucked up because he got double paradigm shifts and then choked out. He barely rolled over and pinned Moxley. Got the win. After the match, the Good Brothers held up Moxley and basically all forced the Young Bucks to do the stereo super kicks to Moxley. Crowd starts chanting, "You sold out." And so they all embrace. And it seems like I don't want to call them the Bullet Club because that's a New Japan thing.
Yeah.
So the Good Club? Now that Omega and the Bucks are back together, I guess we can call them the Elite.
The Elite, yeah.
Elite.
Yeah.
So we'll call them the New Elite.
The new old Elite.
Yeah. So that was Dynamite for this week. Probably going to get a pissed off Moxley this week.
Can't wait.
Especially considering he took 2 L's last week. He lost to Omega and the Good Brothers and to Josh Barnett.
Oh man, 2 L's. Yeah, that's crazy. I can't wait to watch that shit, which will be airing tonight if you're watching it the day that this airs. And we appreciate you. No, sir. Thank you guys for watching. You can follow us all collectively at TMS Report. Skame.
Follow me at Skame666.
And follow me. I'm at the Beatnik. Again, thank you for watching. We'll talk to you guys next week. Peace. Out.